TradingView can look incredibly overwhelming when you first open it. Don't worry, by the end of this video, we are going to build a simple, highly effective chart setup from scratch. We will be going from something like this to this. So by default, on my home page, we have the indices, we have watch list, we have indices pairs, stocks pairs, futures, forex, crypto. I can decide to remove anyone I'm not interested in. Let's say I want to remove the indices pair. I'll just click on this icon. But I have to sign up on TradingView to do that. Watchlist is just where we had our pairs of interest, pairs we want to keep tab on their price actions. So let's say I want to add a new pair to my watch list. I'll click on this plus icon at the top right. Let's say I want to search for SRP USDT. Now we have many data feed on SRP USDT. We have on Binance, Bybit, MESC, KuCoin, and many others. So what this means is that if I'm trading SRP on a particular exchange, then I should be using the data feed from that exchange, because these data feed are slightly different. So let's say I'm trading SRP on Bybit. I'll add this one to my watch list by clicking on the plus icon, but I have to sign up on TradingView to do that. Let me show you what that looks like on my own account. Yeah, SRP USDT. So I want to add the SRP USDT from Binance and Bybit and to add it to my watch list. I click on the plus icon and you see that mark added to watch list. So now it appears here. I can actually decide to move it to top. See, that's just it. So moving on, we have the chart icon at the bottom tab. So on this interface, there are a lot of editing to do. I can decide to remove the grid lines. The grid lines are the rectangular boxes. I can decide to remove or add an indicator, which is this volume indicator at the bottom. I can decide to change my chart background and many others. So starting from, okay, I have the pencil icon at the bottom. Let's click on that. So I'll be adding some essential tools that are common among traders to our favorites. On this toolbar, we're making use of eraser, remove all objects most times. So but that one does not need adding to favorite. On my trend line, okay, I'll be adding this trend line to favorite. We'll be making use of horizontal way. So I will show you how to use these tools later. We'll make use of vertical line, cross line, and I think that's all. Then under Gann and Fibonacci, we'll be making use of 50 retracement tool. We'll be making use of Gann bars, but it's not that essential, so I'll leave it. On patterns, I don't need anything on patterns. Here we need the long position tool, we need the short position tool, and price range tool actually. Then for this geometric shape, I need brush tool, rectangular tool, path tool. I think that's enough. And for annotation, we make use of text tool and color tool. So if you see, if I'm adding them, while adding them to favorite, you just have to click on the particular tool, like long press on it, then you see the option add to favorite, and you click on this star icon. And you can actually undo it by removing, do the same thing, you see. And for visuals is just providing us with emojis, stickers, or icons that you might want to add to your chart to beautify whatever you want to use it for. That's all on this. So you can see them now. These are the tools that are essentials for our analysis. Moving on, using this three dot icon, okay, I can decide to save my chart layout. Let's say after I'm done editing this TradingView, I can decide to save my chart layout. I'll click on auto save and I'll rename it. Then for indicators, let me click on indicators. So for indicators, you can search for any indicator of your choice. There's one common indicator called AGFS. Let me see. Okay, yes, like a watermark indicator. You add it to your favorites. Then I can't do that except I sign up on TradingView. So but here we just have to like search for any indicator you know how to use, and you add it, or you remove the one that is pre-installed, which is the volume indicator. Let me see, where is it? This is the volume indicator. I can delete it from here, you see. Now let's say I want to use my full screen. I'll click on this icon that looks like a snapshot, you see. Then I can do that by clicking on that same icon. Then let's say I want to save my chart setup. I can click on this icon at the extreme end, you see, save chart image, and that will save to my file manager. And by the extreme left, I also have something that looks like 1D. That is the time frame. So when I click on it, it will show me a lot of time frames. Then I'll add the ones that are essential to favorite also. So I'm clicking on one. Oh no, where is it? I'm adding 1 hour. 1H means 1 hour, 4 hour, 1 day, 1 week, yeah, maybe 1 month. Which one? What else? I think that's enough. Okay, 30-minute time frame. Let's say 15 minutes as my last result. So that's all. So which means I can switch between time frame from here, you see. When I'm on 1 week time frame, it means each of these candles are printed within a duration of 1 week. And you know, in forex market we have 5 days a week, but in crypto market there's 7 days a week. And right here is just the pairs on our on our watch list. I can scroll to select any pair of my choice. That's all. Moving on, there is this setting icon at this bottom part here. So let's click on it. So let's say I want to fit my chart accurately. When I click on this this icon, you see something like auto fit data to screen. You see what it does. Let's say my chart was messy before. When I use that function, yes, it will fit all my data to screen accurately. So but when you click on more settings, there are some stuff you can actually do. Under scales and line, you can actually leave this. The only thing I can change is maybe my date format, and I'm okay with this, or my time hours format. So I think I prefer 12 hours format. So save. Now on symbol, like this is where I can decide to change what's called my candlestick body. I can say, okay, the first one here is the bullish candle, the second one is the bearish candle. I can say, okay, I want the body of my bullish candle to be in color, let's say color blue. Yes, I know this blue varies. I think this one is the darkest, and I can change the opacity. I can increase or decrease the opacity, but let's leave it at 100%. Then for my bearish candle, I can decide to use color. I'm just using any random color. Let's use this one. Yeah. Then for the borders, I would like to use the same color as the body. As border, borders is just the, shall I say, the circumference of the candlestick. So same thing as the body. Then for the bearish candles, same color as the body. Then for the week, I can actually decide to use the same color also, or let's say black. Okay, for time zone, since we are in Lagos, you can decide to change your time zone to UTC+1 Lagos. Where is it? Yes. Okay, click on back. So we have seen scales and lines, we have seen symbols. Let's see status line. On status line, I'm not sure we have to change anything here. Okay, no. We can remove this logo. These are just unnecessary data. We can remove this. Bar change value, we can remove this. Volume. So that's enough. Title, yes, just title. Then for the Canva, this is where we can change our chart background. So for my background, it is solid. So what color? Let's say I want to use color white. Yes. So for the grid lines, I would like to remove them. None. For my crosshair is, I'll show you the two. That icon that look like a cursor, like your mouse cursor, you can decide to make it color black. Yes. Watermark, just click on description. Yeah. Oh no, that yes, description is enough. Then for my text scale, I can, like, if I can reduce the font to, let's say, 10. I can change the color to black. Yes. Lines, what's lines? Let me leave that. For my margin, I can start to leave them like this. On trading, I'm not sure we have to change anything here. We can leave this one. On alerts, same thing. For events, same thing. So now let's look at the changes we have done so far. You see. Okay, so I have a watermark. I can decide to also remove this watermark because I'm currently on GBP USD pair. That is why I'm seeing this watermark of GBP. What is it called? British pound / US dollar. That is what watermark is. So you can remove it if you don't want it. So you can see now our chart looks cleaner. What else can we do? Okay. There's nothing to, okay, I can change my theme to dark mode, light mode, or the system theme. That's optional. So I think that's the major stuff. So for now, let me show you how to use these tools. So my trend line tool, this first one, we'll be editing them. When you draw it for the first time, you see it's actually dark. So I can decide to, like, reduce the thickness to 1 pixel. I think that's what it means. I can decide to change the color of this pencil icon to black. You see, then the text, this T icon means that when I add a text to it, it will be in color blue. I can decide to also change down to black or leave it to any color of my choice. So if I want to edit, if I want to add a text to this, I'll click on this 3 dot icon, 3 horizontal icon, then you see templates or setting. Let me click on setting. So here we have text. I can add something. I can say, okay, BOS. Let's say I want to indicate this as BOS. There's big structure, and I want it to be at the middle and center. Yes. And I want it to be in a font of 10. At a font of 10, do I need to increase the boldness? No. Or add italics to it? No. So let's do, this is what it looks like. So you see this this icon that goes vertically and horizontally, that is my crosshair. So this is it. And for the horizontal way is just to mark from a point to the extreme end. So let's say I want to mark from this bottom now. I tap on it, you see it keeps going, Why? Trend line, you can use your trend line to just mark from any point you want, from your starting point to your end point, any direction. You see, this trend line. But horizontal way is from a point to infinity end. I can decide to also change that, reduce the pixel, change the color and all. So for vertical line, that is to just draw a vertical line on your chart. Let's say I want to do a backtest for a price, like a data from a price, and let's say from January to March. So I'll just use this to, like, demarcate my chart. You see. So for sure I have to change the pixel. That's it. And this one is what's it called? Is it crosshair? I can't remember what name it is. So this is just to draw both a vertical and horizontal line on my chart. So if I click on this place now, you see, and I can adjust it, and you can also do the same thing, reduce the thickness and all. So that, let me delete this. And for this one, our fib retracement tool, this one is very essential. We use it to mark our range. So let's say I want to mark the range from this low to this high. I can start from this bottom, tap on it, then extend it to the top. So by default, you see how colorful and rough it is. So I'll show you the fib retracement setting I'm using. Click on this and go to setting. First off, I would like to use one color. Change everything to one color first. Let's say black. Yes. Now I'll undo the ones I don't need. I'll undo all these ones except for the value of 1, 0.5 and 0. Now for my 0, I can decide to choose a color. Let's say this color. I'll reduce the opacity, let's say to 20%. Then for my 1 mark, I'll use a different color. Let's say something like a green color, or let's say blue. I'll also reduce the opacity to 20%. What else? For prices, we don't need that. Levels, I'm not sure we need that. Font size, let's see what it looks like first, then we can come back to do some editing. Okay, so this is actually smooth, but I can decide to remove these lines, like this ascending line at the middle, at the center. Where could that be? Let me see. Trend line, is this it? Okay, I think that's okay now. So this is what your fib which is meant to look like. So what else? We have the long tool and the short tool. That is when we have, let's say, a short a setup and we like to pick, and we have picked our what's called our point of interest. Let's say let me use this. Let me use this one. Let's say this is my point of interest. Then I would like to place a long position. A long position is just buy. It means buy, like a price level I would like to buy. Okay, now if I click on my long position to this one that is that has the dot line going upward, ascending, I'll click on that as my long position too. Then the opposite for the short position. So you see, so by default this is the color. I can decide to change the color. This first icon for my left after the T icon is for the is for this top part. This is my target part and these are our stop loss. So I can decide to change the color to, let's say, blue, since I'm using something like blue on my chart. And I can decide to change my SL part, which is the second one. I can decide to change it to this ash color here. Yes, so this is okay. This is what the long position looks like. Then let's say I have the short position, so let's say after doing my analysis, I can tell that okay, price will sell from here. If you want to ensure that your line is straight, your trend line is straight vertically, horizontally, you can make use of this icon here that looks like an angle. You see, it helps your drawing align smoothly. This is it, not this one, something like this. You see, you don't have to stress. Now my short position too is the one that has the dotted slightly dotted line to the bottom side, that is descending. So I'll click on this. Now let's say I want to change this color also. So the first bucket icon will be for my targets. So I'll change that to also blue. Can't remember the blue I chose before. Is this it? Then I'll change this one to this. So that's just it. Now this price range is just to know like how many pips or percentage or a price have moved from a point to another point. So let's say from here to here. Now price has done 14.19% increase from, let me see the range, from January 13 to August 10. if you look at the bottom feed here, we have Monday 30. Okay, wait, that's okay. Where is it? Let me stop here. So I can see Monday 30 December 24 to Monday 18 August 25. That is the date range, but the price range is just 14.22% increase. That's what that is what is for. Then for sure you can also reduce the opacity. You see, and you can actually decide to change the color. Let me delete that. So next we have the brush tool. Brush tool is just to mark a point, like let's say this. What color is it? I think the brush tool is in white color. That's why it's not visible on my chart. I'll leave that. Then rectangle tool. Rectangle tool is to mostly to draw an order block or a point of interest, something like that. So I have to edit this also. This bucket icon is the color inside the rectangle box. So I would like to remove it totally. You see, I don't want it to be painted inside, but the border color is this one with the pencil icon, so I can change this to black. That's just it. That's how to use a rectangle box. Rectangle tool. Then for our part 2, this is just like to draw the pattern on our chart. So let's say I want to draw the pattern of this current price action. I'll go from here, low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, lower high, then lower low. So I can say, okay, maybe price has shifted here, then we also have an high. So I can reduce this also. I can change the color to black, and that's it. That's how to use the part 2. Then for test 2, you just for what's called annotation. I can decide to write something, write up to my chart that, okay, I'm expecting GBP USD to buy. You see, I can decide to change the color also. I can reduce my font. That's just it. Then call out 2 is just the same thing, but now our text will be in a call out icon, something like this. So let me change the let me remove the opacity first. Let me change the where is this? Okay, my text will be in color black. I want to change the background color. Let me see, black. Why is this? It's still in green. Let me see. I don't know what's wrong. You can go through that. So I can decide to just type something here. My strong low. That's just it. I think we are done with this. So, and for all of this editing you are making on your tool, you can decide to like add a template to it. Let's say I want to add this BOS as a template. I'll just click on this icon, then come to my template. I will save it as. Oh, I can't do that yet because I have not signed up on my TradingView. So I think that is all for our TradingView chart setup. So good luck.